Hello, my fellow creative people. Fourth time's the charm, right? I mean, gosh, I gotta be able to get this video workable at some point, right? So change of pace today. Well, change of view anyway. Same discussion. Today we are going to talk about where to find work. And I'm bringing you out to my garden for an object lesson. So, object lesson today begins with what to do when the working or when the job's environment is not ideal. In my case, my garden is suffering from some really weird weather and some bugs. So everything is not as it should be out here. It's middle of July. My corn is short. Some of my corn is very, very short and tasseling, which is just frightening. So we won't get anything off of that. Call those the leads that do not manifest. The jobs that you talk about with someone for a while and they say, I really want to work with you. I really want to work with you. I really want to work with you. And then they hire someone else. Let's just call that. However, you know, there are still jobs out there. There are. You just got to know where to find them. And especially as a new freelancer, that might be difficult for you to know where to look, how to find, and how to handle. So, the first place that you is semi-likely to find a job for your skill set is through friends and family. Now, I got really lucky, and one of my best friends in the entire universe needed help for the shop that she works at, and they were looking for someone remote to help with jewelry, with making jewelry. And I really like doing it, and it's working out for both of us. So, in that case, my friends and family, woo, hello, tripod. See, I'm not even good with a tripod. So in that case, my friends and family work did very well. I have also designed a banner for my father for the solar tour that they have every year. I did not take payment for that, by the way, because he's my dad. And that just seemed wrong. However, no offense against most family and friends, but chances are you aren't getting work that pays out of them. You might get work for a little bit of money, or you might get work because, hey, I really need this done. Can you please do it as a favor? And that's great. I also have a friend that contacts me regularly with paid work that I just don't feel like getting paid for because I treat it as downtime, and I just enjoy the skill build out of it because it's always something fun and interesting, and it gives me a break from the work part. It lets me remember why I do what I do instead of just looking at it as an income. Pardon my phone ringing. I'm sure it's just a scammer wanting all the money I don't have. Okay, so the second place that you are going to likely find work is through the internet. And the internet. Okay, so my ghostwriting job I found on Upwork. And I am not knocking the platform. I'm not knocking any of the platforms. I've also worked on Freelancer. I worked for a place that used to be called Blogmutt that did content creation. It's all freelance. It's all per job pay. There's nothing wrong with that. You just have to find what you can find. Now, the scammers, speaking of that phone call, which was really great timing, have infiltrated those places as well. So you need to be careful when taking a job. You need to make sure that you follow the rules. I got my hand smacked the other day for taking basically just a tip from someone who had decided not to hire me. However, they wanted to pay me for the sample art that I did. It wasn't much, but they paid me off platform, and that's a no-no. So don't do that. I wasn't even thinking when that came around. Neither was she. Like I said, it wasn't a pay for work. It was a tip. But that, like I said, that is a no-no. So most of the jobs that you are going to find as a new freelancer can be compared to, are you ready for this? Bolted onions. Now, onions, when you plant them, are supposed to get nice and big and round. However, if they bolt and flower too soon because the weather is weird and conditions are just not right, then you get, let's see if I can get it out. Oh, I can't even get it out. Hold on, let me get another one. Then you get something that is tiny and small and isn't going to provide much. And of course, it pulled another onion with it. Okay, we're going to well, no, we're not. Okay, so do you pass those jobs up as a new freelancer? Are they useless? Are they horrible? And, just something that you should be offended by? Nope. Nope. As a new freelancer, you are building your portfolio. You are proving your worth. You are proving that you can get a job done to the customer's satisfaction in a timely manner for the budget that you agree upon. This is important. It is useful. It is far more useful than you might think it is. Take the job if you can afford to take the job and it doesn't suck your soul out. I have found a number of small jobs, and also, that's another thing that you need to remember. A number of small jobs that don't take you long to complete, those are good because you can shuffle those around a little bit more. And yeah, the pay might not be phenomenal, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't add up. And when it adds up and you can start paying things, all the better. You can also fit them around other projects for an added boost to your monetary budget. Don't knock the small jobs. Now, do I wish that someone would say, oh, hey, I read one of your stories like 3 years ago and I want to pay you $2 million to write me this book? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wish somebody'd say that. Is it likely to happen? No, it's not. I will not take that gift. I will not look that gift horse in the mouth if it does, but I sure am not going to hold my breath and wait for it. So, look at each little thing. Each little thing adds up whenever you add it in. I'm going to, once I'm done pulling all of these bolted onions, see, there's what I have so far, and they're all small, varying sizes. But by the time I chop all of these little puppies up and I put them in ice cube trays with a little bit of water and I freeze them, then come winter, when I am looking for some quick onions to add to soup or whatever, I've already got them tucked away, and all I have to do is pop them out and throw them in, and voila, onion. It's the same onion that I would have had out of a larger one. It's just not the same amount. But they, like I said, they add up. The third place that you are going to find work is through your network. Networking is important as a freelancer. You need people who know what you can do, who understand what you can do, and who are willing to pass your name along to someone else if the opportunity arises. And in turn, you know what they can do, you know how they do it, and you can pass their name on. It's a trade. It's a friendly acquaintanceship that you work together and you get along and you help each other out. It's a all-around good thing. And like I said, some of those jobs that come about are going to be some of the ones that make you the happiest, because this is an individual who knows you at least well enough to say, hey, I know, in my case, I know this illustrator who I think that you'll really get along with, who can provide you with illustrations that you're going to be happy with, on time, in budget, and I would like to introduce you. I've gotten quite a number of jobs actually through my network. And I am grateful for each and every one of them. In turn, it is my job when I hear someone say that they are looking for an editor, or they are looking for someone to do layout and I don't have time to do it, or I don't want to do it, or whatever. I can pass them along to people in my network, and say, this person would be really good for this job. You will be happy with what they give you. Illustrations too. I mean, I'm an illustrator. That doesn't mean that I am right for each and every job that comes across my desk. I'm not. Some people are looking for digital art. Some people need a different style. There's nothing wrong with a job not being for me. I don't need to be offended because someone wants a different artistic style than I can provide. What I need is to know other artists that I can say, I know the perfect person for this job. Let me introduce you. Because guess what? They're going to come across something and tell someone, hey, I know the perfect person for this job. Her name is Brittany. Let me introduce you. And yes, that does happen. There is one other way that jobs come about. And these are magical and they look weird. But do you see this? This looks like a weed, right? I mean, it's all over the place. I'm having to slog my way through it. It's weird. However, this is actually chicory. No, I did not plant it. It just popped up. Probably birds. I don't know. But it's actually chicory, and if I were to dig the roots up and roast them and all that, I could have something like a coffee substitute, which I think that I'm going to do this year. So they just appear out of nowhere, these jobs, and they leave you a little bit off keel. You're like, well, what the heck, what, how, what, where, when? And I've had those jobs come about too. And some of those I've either passed along because of my schedule, or they have turned out to be really, really wonderful opportunities for me. I look at them as magic. They are not planned for. I didn't hunt them down. I just am glad that they appeared. So, out of all of that, there are a couple of things that you need to know, no matter how you get your job, no matter where you find it, no matter where you're looking. You have got to develop some really good interpersonal skills and the ability to make good on what you said you would do. This goes for deadlines. This goes for budget. This goes for ability. A little bit of a stretch on any of those might not be a bad thing. It may help you grow. But if you are billing yourself as someone who can handle something that in a month that is going to take you 6 months to learn how to do right, it might not be the right job for you. And that's okay. Not all of them are. And you need to really learn that right off the bat, which jobs are not for you, and not be offended when they crop up. But some of the things that you really, really need to learn as a freelancer, and a lot of us creative people are a little bit more introverted. I am a whole lot of introverted, even though I'm here on YouTube. I am perfectly fine and happy and content entertaining myself. I don't like large groups of people for the most part. It's not that I don't like people. I love people. Large groups of people tend to make me tired. And I enjoy them for a short period of time, but then I need to kind of regroup. But one of the most important things that you need to know as a freelancer is that you need to be approachable, and you need to be honest, and you need to be polite and professional. And it's not that you need to be formal for the most part for most people, but you do need to know how to conduct yourself in a professional way. Learn that. Learn a good handshake. You're going to be spending time in person with people too, as far as networking goes. And you need to know how to interact with people well. It is a skill. It is just another skill in your toolbox. Learn it. Get good at it. Learn how to be comfortable in your own skin. That's one of the first things that you need to do. Be comfortable with your skills. Be comfortable with your self-worth. And acknowledge that the people that you are around are also worthy and doing their best to be professional and courteous and polite and honest. Not everybody is honest, especially like I said, on the internet sites. Boy, oh boy, there's a lot of scammers out there. Take warning. People who will, hey, can you write this for me for a sample? No, you can't. You can provide a sample, but you can't write their piece for them as a sample, because that might be the only thing they're looking for. That might be it. And then when you provide it, well, you just worked for them for free. Congratulations. But yeah, it's, you want to work on your people skills, and you want to step a little bit out of your comfort zone. And, this doesn't just go for introverts. If you're an incredibly extroverted person, well, you have a whole different set of things that you might have to contend with. You might have to tone yourself down just a little bit. It doesn't mean that you are not right. It means that that you might have to fit into the situation, if that makes sense. Be outgoing, be all of that, be yourself, but still make sure that you are conducting yourself in a way that fits the situation at hand. Trying to think of anything else that I wanted to cover on the finding work thing. I don't think there is. Yeah, I'm a little distracted by my garden today. It is what it is. But yeah, if you're just starting out, look around and see where your skill set is talked about, and go to those places and see what people say, and start networking, start making a work network, start talking to your friends and your family, and start putting yourself out there. Put yourself together a portfolio that you can show to people. I have a little bit of trouble with that with the ghostwriting. I work under an NDA, so I actually have to use my own writing, and I always use something I've already published as a sample of my work, of my writing. So, it's not as hard as you think. It just takes time and it takes effort, and sometimes that pays off quickly and sometimes not so much. If you need the other thing, don't hound people, please. Please don't hound people. I made the mistake of, I started to accept all of the connections on LinkedIn, and I have so many people just on me all the time about wanting to promote my books. I don't have time. I don't have the budget. I can't do this right now. Getting upset with me for not being able to meet their needs is silly, because I can't meet their needs right now. I can't just hire everyone. Right now I can't hire anyone. So don't get upset, and don't start hounding people about work that just does not seem to be moving along. Space out your inquiries. Keep them polite. Keep them reasonable. And it should work out. Either that, or, like I said, the job is not for you. Because really, do you want that kind of hassle where you're constantly having to chase down your client? If you're having to chase them down to sign a contract, you're going to have to chase them down for money. So, and the same goes for you. If they have to chase you down, that's not good. Nobody wants that. Nobody has time for that. So I hope that this is helpful. As always, let me know in the comments if there's anything that I didn't cover or that I overcovered, because I've been babbling, and I know I'm babbling. But like I said, this is the 4th time I've tried to do this video. And I wish you all the best. We'll talk about how to price yourself. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? We'll talk about how to price your work in another video. I'm not sure when it'll come out. I've got things going. So I hope this helps. Please let me know if you land a job. I'm interested. I really am. I'm cheering you on. Go you. And I will talk to you later.